The few photos that we currently have in our presentation, though great photos, need a little bit of help to fit in. Let's take the photo on slide number 2, for example. We're going to spice this up. When a photo is selected, whether it's one you imported from your own collection or one you downloaded from Microsoft Office online, you'll see the Picture Tools Format tab appear in the ribbon. Before we learned how to resize and move your photo, but now I'm going to show you how you can apply a variety of changes to the photo, such as color adjustment, artistic effects, frames, shadows, 3D angles, and more, even cropping. Again, with my photo selected, I'm in the Picture Tools Format tab. Let's start with the Adjust group and look at the Corrections pull-down gallery. This gallery is broken down into 2 sections, Sharpen and Soften, and Brightness and Contrast. Watch what happens to our photo as we hover over the Sharpen and Soften options. Here we are softening the photo, and here we are sharpening it. It's almost like we're blurring the photo or unblurring it. Brightness and Contrast is a little bit easier to understand. Here we have a photo now adjusted for a little bit of brightness, a little bit of contrast, and a lot of brightness and a lot of contrast. And you can see how PowerPoint 2010 makes this a very easy feature to control. Now we'll move on to the Color pull-down menu. This is broken down into 3 sections with a few extra options at the bottom. Color saturation controls how much color appears, taking your color from grayscale all the way up to full color, or even too much color. Color tone controls what we call the temperature of your photo and can make photos look colder or warmer. By the way, if it's a photo that you've taken and the lighting wasn't quite right, you might try just adjusting the temperature to be a little bit warmer, and you'll see that photo turn out to be a lot better. Recolor gives us some very interesting effects. As you can see from the thumbnail previews, it's going to either grayscale our image, sepia tone our image, provide a variety of washout and black and white features, as well as tint the image, kind of like grayscale, but with a different color. And if you don't like the choices available to you here, more variations will give you even more options to change the color tinting on your image. Artistic effects give us a wide variety of interesting styles to apply to our image. For example, blur, pencil sketch, glowing edges, and a light screen. This, applied with some creative cropping, enlarging, and even use of the background features, can make for very interesting graphics in PowerPoint. Let's move on to Picture Styles. Picture Styles allow us to change the border, shadow, and other features associated with the picture. To start with, we can pull down from this gallery. As I hover over these options, you'll see how many of the different settings for the picture are changing, including the shape, border, and 3D perspective. But we can change these settings manually as well, using the Picture Effects pull-down menu. You may recall some of these effects earlier in the chapter when we discussed word art. There's shadow, reflection, glow, soft edges, bevel, and 3D rotation. We can also manually adjust the border, changing the color of the border, the weight or thickness of the border, and the style, including dashes and solid lines. There's still a few more options under Picture Tools Format that I haven't covered, and those will be coming soon. Once we've got our photo looking exactly the way we want, we can copy it to other photos in our presentation using the Format Painter. I'll select the formatted photo, return to the Home tab, and click Format Painter found in the Clipboard group. And now I'll advance to slide number 13, where we have another photo that we want to format the same way. Notice how my pointer currently looks like a mouse pointer with a Format Painter brush. And when I click on this new picture, all of the formatting settings from earlier are applied to this one. As for slide number 1, we're going to do something a little bit different. On slide number 1, I'd like to demonstrate cropping. Here we have a really nice photo of a single olive. With this photo selected, I'm going to click on the Picture Tools Format tab and then the Crop button found in the upper right-hand corner. This changes the handles that you normally see on the edges to crop handles. I'm going to pull the picture in just a little bit to the right and a little bit from the left to crop out portions of the image that we don't want to see. Notice how PowerPoint shows us the original image darkened out just in case we want to ever go back to what it was before. And a new feature of PowerPoint 2010 is the ability to move the cropped area left, and right or up and down in the area that I had created. Once I'm satisfied with the way that this picture has been cropped, I'll simply click away from the picture to return back to normal. Now, to make things interesting, I'm going to take my photo, move it to the upper left-hand corner of the screen, and make it very, very large. At this point, I'll use Picture Effects to turn on some soft edges. And then with my photo selected, using Picture Tools Format tab, I'm going to send this particular object to the back. In other words, I'm going to send it behind the text that appeared earlier. See what a difference some effects can make? Now, don't go too crazy with this feature. Consistency is important, and most of the photos in your presentation should be formatted the same. But have fun and experiment and make those pictures look great.